think it's gone live already. Welcome everybody. Hello and welcome back. Hello, welcome back. I think I'm live in all places now. Cool. Well, I am launching the Adventure Zone again, live. A live round is what I'm meaning. I'm doing these lives because this weekend the gates are open to the Adventure Zone, which is my program. It's a lifetime access program, and it is put together for you to manifest whatever you want next. What do you want next? What would you like next? Let's just make me a little bit bigger there. What would you like next? I want you to put it in the comments. What would you like to manifest next? Would you like to manifest more money? Would you like to manifest a relationship? Would you like a new career, a new job? Would you like a move? Would you like to live somewhere else? Let me know. Hello, Soul Astrology. So I'm live in a few places: Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, all at the same time on different devices. What I want to do in this one is move you closer. Let's get you one step closer to those manifestations. Because my program, The Adventure Zone, is all about manifestations. How I've always worked in my work, apart from doing my one-on-one energy healings, readings, and all of that, is when my guides give me a process personally that works myself. I put it into a program so that everyone can use it, because why keep it to myself, right? And the Adventure Zone is just that. Now, the Adventure Zone came about because of what my guides told me right at the beginning of this year, 2025, which is a huge year of change, right? It's a huge year of change because we are moving from a collective consciousness environment that is Earth to two versions of that, two dimensions of that, so that we can continue growing, learning, growing, and all of those things that we do. And so it's about time as well. What do you reckon? So let me know. Hi Patricia, welcome back. So let me know. I want you to put in the comments, what would you like to manifest next? What would you most like to manifest next? Is it love? Is it more friendships? A new best friend? Is it more money? Is it a new career? Perhaps you want to change your career. Or would you like to move somewhere else? I know, just lately I've been getting a lot of personal readings in, and you all seem to have bad neighbours. What is that about? Anyway, put your comments in what you'd most like to manifest next, because I want to get you one step closer to it in this one, in this live show. So I'm just lighting some sage here. That's why I'm looking down. Can't see it, but you're going to see the smoke very soon, because I want to clear the energy. I want to clear the energy from you, from you, from you, and from me. Anything that's holding us back, right? Sage is very powerful, clearing. We just had a full moon yesterday as well, so extra special. Can put our crystals through it as well to clear the crystals. So what would you like to manifest? Pop it in the comments. I'm going to be going live all weekend like this, sporadically. I did one this morning and then I went off to the gym. It's very hot out there today. So we just cleared the energy. Anything that's standing in our way that can be cleared easily is what I was asking to be cleared. And now we want to call in new energy. I'm going to use this Palo Santo wood for that. Let's see if I can get it. Just had my lunch. So it's time to do this again. And I'll be pulling cards too, so if you'd like some cards pulled out, let's move us closer to the manifestations, because that's what the Adventure Zone is all about. So I was saying, at the start of 2025, my guides told me, okay, it's go time. Because they had me like in a holding pattern for a few years. Oh, I was teaching empowerment, boundaries, all of that kind of thing. A lot of that stuff was coming up, but there was nothing new, there's nothing juicy, right? Until the start of this year, and they said, okay, because they've been telling me to wait, and I didn't know what I was waiting for. Start of 2025, they're like, okay, let's get going. I'm like, great, let's do it. And they told me the book that you wrote back in 2011 about 2012 and beyond, that's what it's called, I think, Beyond 2012? I think it's called Beyond 2012, about the shift. They said, it's happening now. It's on. Like they told me back in 2012 that it wouldn't be then, but we were certainly in a part of the energetic change. And so then they wanted me personally to start focusing on what I wanted, the changes that I wanted to see in the world. They said it's time now for those leaders, consciousness leaders, to dream up the new earth that they want to be in. We really need to get focused on that now. Now, what we're not doing is focusing on how the systems will work, what everyone else wants, what you want them to do. We need to focus on ourselves and our own lives, right? What is it that you want to manifest next? What kind of a world do you want to live in? Because that's what the program is all about. And so they took me through this process of expanding my consciousness beyond the confines of the current earth environment. So to manifest something new, we need to suspend belief, and that's easier said than done. And so they took me through this process, which I also take you through in the Adventure Zone, of clearing away all that mind stuff so that we can think out of the box at what we'd really like to experience. And so, of course, they were taking me through this process, and at the end of it, I'm like, I need to share this with everyone else, because that's what I do. Apart from my private one-on-one sessions, I teach the processes that have worked for me, that have been most powerful for me. I do it first. When it works, I put it into a program and share it for everyone else. This one is so powerful that I decided to put it in a forever program, right? In fact, all of my programs now are forever programs. You'll always have access to it. But with this one, the framework is there. You can do it in your own time. But like this, I'm going to do a launch perhaps 2 or 3 times a year. This is the second one that I've done. And because we're going to do it live together, so that I can use my reading skills, my energy healing skills, and answer your questions and all of that kind of stuff after you've done the quests. So that's what the program is. It's 5 zones in it, 5 stages that get taken through. There's 3 quests in each, because there's no point in me just teaching you this stuff. You actually have to do it, right? So there's a quest in each. Some of the quests might take you a week or 2. Some of them you'll be able to do in 10 minutes. But at the end of each zone, I will be doing a live show to answer your questions, to pull cards for you and all of that, to make sure that you're fully through that zone before you move on to the next one. Because in that way, you're going to get the most from this program. And so after every launch, I'll be doing a live program. It'll take us about 2.5 months to get through. The first adventurers have been through it already, and we had 1 wedding in it. We had 1 wedding. Somebody got married. Now this was someone, yes, she'd already met this partner, but they weren't even engaged, and she really wanted to get married. And before the end of the program, she was married to this person. That's how powerful it was. Now she came to every single live. Last time I did a live show, because we have a private Facebook group, I did a live show after every single quest. That was a little bit of overkill, we realized. But she came to every single one until the second to last zone, and she suddenly disappeared because it was all working out for her. And so that's how powerful this program is. You can find out more about it on behealing.com. Anyone that signs up this weekend will get $250 off it. Everyone that signs up today, the first day of the launch, will also receive a private reading with me worth $197. You'll get that via email, a full reading. And not only that, but I want to share with you something else that's working for me. And that is an incantation. I think that's the right word for it. I do this incantation every morning, and it's for abundance, for divine prosperity, and it's been working for me, and I want to share that. It's very personal to me, but I want to share what I say and what I do and hand it over to you so that you can change it, put it in your own words perhaps, and then take out the things that I'm manifesting and put in the things that you're manifesting too. So what I wanted to do in this live show is give you a little bit of a taster of it. I want you to all write down in the comments what it is that you'd really like to manifest next. What do you want? Do you want more money? Do you want like your career to lift off? How does that look for you? Do you want to move somewhere else? Do you want to be living on a Thai tropical island like me? I know there's probably a lot of people that would like to move from the current location at the moment with the stuff that's going on with the world. I'm very lucky to be here. It's paradise and everyone's happy here. I'm drinking my matcha. So what would you really like next? Ask your heart. Let's tune into your heart now. What would you really like to manifest? Pop it in the comments and let's get going on it. If anyone would like I've got so many devices here. If anyone would like some cards pulling, what I want to do is move you forward at least one step toward your manifestation that you want. Let's pull a card out while you're all being quiet and shy. Susan, hello. Let's pull a card out for the collective first before we do Susan. What would you like to manifest, Susan? What's your biggest wish at the moment in your heart? What would you like to manifest next? Just sent an email out to my current adventurers, the ones that signed up the first time around, to get ready for the live round, asking them exactly the same thing, to tune into the heart now and set clear intention. What would you like? Dream big. Dream big. Four of Cups came out. This is for the collective. So the Four of Cups card is all about disappointment in life, really. What's missing? What's lacking? Because this one, she's feeling a bit grumpy. She's waiting for something to manifest. And she doesn't notice that she's been shielded, like someone is already behind her, helping her. This is the energy of when we feel like a victim, when we're in lack, when we are just kind of waiting for something to happen to us. And the message from this card today for us is that stuff doesn't happen to us. Everything is available to us all the time, but we need to shift our attention and our energy. See, if she lifted her head up and she felt good about herself, she'd look around, what's possible? And then she'd see that something's being offered to her there. So it's about lifting our energy and then looking about, really, looking about and seeing what is possible there. It starts from within us. It's like the new earth as well. It doesn't happen to us. It's not going to happen to us. Like a lot of people saying, when's the shift going to happen then? When's it going to happen? Like as if it's going to happen to you. It's not going to happen to you. It happens through us. We are the ones that are manifesting this. So let's start with Susan. You need money to move and travel. Okay. So instead of phrasing that need, right? So that's coming from lack already. What you want to say is, I want money, right? Just declare what you want rather than need. I want to have the experience of having a lot of money so I can go wherever I want. Yeah? So I can move and I can travel, right? So phrase that in that way in your mind. You don't need to write it down again, Susan. And let's get you a card out. So how can we help Susan move toward? Okay. Susan, you've got the King of Swords here. The King of Swords is about clarity. So this is asking you to gain more clarity on what it is that you want. It is a bit fuzzy, need money to move and travel. Get even clearer about that. You know, there's a difference between like need money. It's like, well, once I've got the money, then I'll decide what it is that I want, where I want to go and all of that. It's like, no, that's the wrong way around. This is saying get clarity, know exactly what it is, where you're going to go, what it is that you want to do. I want money. I want money to be able to go wherever I want to go and travel and see this place and see that place. And then when I'm there, I want to be able to go to all of the best restaurants and taste all the best things that they've got to offer. And I want to be able to stay in like the 5-star hotels and say it like that. Say it exactly as you want it. Get really clear on it, on the details. Now, this is just guidance for Susan and her energy at the moment because of where she's at. This isn't guidance for everybody. Some of you might need that same guidance, but you all might be different, right? And this is why I do the private one-on-one readings, because what is good advice for one person is not good advice for another. And because there are times and there's certain energies that we get into when being specific about what we want works against us. But for you right now, Susan, it'll work for you. And so start being more positive about it and dream bigger. asking for exactly what it is that you want, what would be amazing. Lifts your spirit straight away. Can you feel that already, Susan? That your energy has changed straight away in just thinking about what would be like amazing. What would be amazing? And often when we get in that energy and then we're kind of expecting, the path to show up in front of us to that, then often we'll get even more than what we asked for. So the limit isn't based on what we've asked for and what we've dreamed up. There'll be a sprinkle of all kinds of things that the universe and your higher self knows you really want. Anyone else? What do you want to manifest? Looks like YouTube is lagging behind, but it might just be the viewfinder thing. Nobody's watching on YouTube. What's all that about? YouTube is terrible. They don't show me to anybody anymore. They're mean. We've got people on, what's this one? Facebook. And on Instagram, the right Instagram this time. This morning this has happened before, right? I went live on Instagram because I look after the gym, the social media for the gym. And previously I have uploaded videos to Instagram, short reels and stuff. And it's shared it to the gym thing, even though I was logged in to my Be Healing or Claire Louise, whatever it is. I did it again this morning, but I can't be certain that I chose the right account. So all the gym people got to see the first part of my life. Hello, Diane. So what we're doing, first of all, I want you to go deep into your heart now. Ask your heart what you'd truly like to manifest next. What would you like? Would you like more money? Would you like the love of your life? Would you like to take your relationship to the next level? Would you like to move somewhere else? Would you like, what else do you want? Career to take off. What's like the thing that's in your heart that you'd really like to manifest? Because while we're here and while we're live, let's move you toward it. I've already done some clearing with some sage. Let's do a little bit more though with my tuning fork. So anything that needs to be cleared, anything standing in, everyone that's watching me right now and the replay included, let's use this tuning fork now to clear any energy that can be cleared now. If you haven't done sound healing before, I'm really getting into it now. It's so powerful. Vibrations can work at a distance too, but they can move energy because we're electromagnetic beings, right? It can move the energy and get things moving, and often that's what needs to happen in order for us for stuff to come up. Do you know what I mean? We always have to do the work. But sometimes there's stagnancy in our energy field, and we're just so used to it being like that we don't get those clues of what it is that needs changing, right? So let's clear our energy. Anything that's standing in our way, your way. Get that energy moving, and on YouTube too. My energy moving. And I'll just tell you a little story about these tuning forks. So I've only had them for a few weeks. And in that time, I've healed something. It's in the process of healing. Something that happened 30 years ago. I thought it was permanent. I used to wear a toe ring. This was when I was about 22 or 23. I'm 54 now. I used to have a toe ring, and I started running. And in my trainers, my socks and my trainers, the toe ring had gone underneath my nail and lifted it up as I was running. And it damaged the nail bed. And so my toenail on one of my toes had grown upwards ever since, and I've had to file it down. It gets really painful if it gets too long. And yeah, I just thought, I was going to have to put up with it. I had seen a podiatrist about it, and he said, he thought it was something else first, even though I told him when it happened and how it happened. Anyway, I've got a general mistrust of doctors. They don't seem to be able to get things right. However, I've been putting up with it, right? Anyway, getting into these tuning forks, there's a lady that teaches about it, and I bought her book. I'd seen her on a podcast. I bought her book, and then, of course, I do what I usually do. I ordered a load of tuning forks, different types, and when they arrived, started playing with them. I do energy healing anyway. And so I'm very intuitive like that of how to use things. So I was starting to play around with the tuning forks, you know, in my electromagnetic field. We've got this toroidal field around us, like a big donut shape around us. And so shifting energy in various places, closing my eyes, using my mind eye to see where my donut was a bit crumpled, and using the tuning fork there. Also, I've got frozen shoulders at the moment. They are getting better now because of this. And that's what I got them for, because I figured, you know, it might help, and it does. It helps a lot. And so I've been using them on my frozen shoulders, getting way better now. I've got way more movement. And one day when I was using them, I struck it. And I thought, I'll put it on my toe. So I put the end of it on my toe. I maybe did it like 3 times, and then that was it. I might have done it the next day as well when I was playing with them. Probably done it about 3 times. Anyway, within a few days of doing that, my toe got a bit red and inflamed, and the skin near the nail bed started peeling off a little bit, like an eczema flare-up or something like that. So it did that. And then I noticed my nails started coming away, like wanted to like split at the sides. And a new nail was growing underneath, and it was pushing it out, and the new nail is normal. It's normal. It's growing in the right direction, and it's normal. I did this when I was 23 years old. I'm 54 now, and it's been like that the whole time. Use the tuning forks on it. That's how fast. So it's very powerful using these. I incorporate these into my energy healings now, and you'll see it within my live shows as well, me using it. So play around with it. Get yourself some tuning forks if you are a healer and you're in tune. Yeah, I know my body best, right? And yeah, I've always had a problem with doctors, especially because like some of the doctors, they told me terrible things, and they do with women generally. They're really quite mean. I remember when I got pregnant. I had a miscarriage, but I got pregnant. I've got 3 kids, by the way, but this was like later on in life, and me and my partner went to see the doctor to get like confirmation of being pregnant and all of that. And he said to my partner, if there's anything wrong with this baby, it's her fault. And why he said that was because my partner was supposed to be infertile. He'd had cancer as a child, and he'd had an amputation, and he'd had a lot of like chemotherapy and stuff. And they told him he'd never be fertile. There I was pregnant. And so he was just like trying to cover the whole medical field, I think, you know. Anyway, and other things as well, like doctors have given me the wrong information. Like often opposite, you know, very gaslighty to women. And probably to men too, but in particular to women. They don't even know what frozen shoulder is. It's women that get it. They don't even know. Like I tune into it and it feels like fascia. It feels like a fascia thing, which is why fascia, it needs gentleness. And yeah, that's why I thought the tuning forks will do it. So, what does anyone want to manifest? Tell me. Hey, Sandy. Love and money. Okay, Sandy, let's get you moving towards love and money. How much money do you want, and how much love? Do you want, like, what kind of partner do you want, Sandy? Let's get specific about it. You've got 2 cards here, Sandy. Oh, the King of Cups. Yeah, someone that loves you. Sandy's on YouTube. Thanks for joining me. And you've got the 10 of Pentacles, someone to grow with as well. I love it. So 10 of Pentacles is someone to build something with, right? Settle down with. You can have a house together and like build something for the long term together. And someone that's got feelings for you, that appreciates you, that loves you. I like it. That's confirmation of what you're asking for, especially about love. And so I would say, let's see what else comes out for you. I would say, Sandy, that this is your higher self saying it's love. Well, 10 of Pentacles is money as well. It's love that's truly in your heart, you see. The 9 of Cups there, what's truly in your heart, your heart's wishes. The 5 of Cups, there's this feeling of lack, like you're missing out. Yeah, it could actually be both. So the 5 of Cups isn't the best energy to be in, right? This is the The most frustrating thing I would say about manifestation is when we most need it is when we can't have it because we're holding this lack energy. See there, she's focused on the flowers that are floating away. Well, she's got flowers in her hand there, and instead of making the most of it and focused on these, and look what I've got. She's focused on what she's losing there, or what she hasn't got. And it is such the human condition to do that. You see, we've got subconscious minds. And the subconscious mind is a tool of this human body. And it's there to protect us. It's there to point out what could go wrong, how we're not safe. It has to be negatively focused. It's its job, right? It would be of no use to us if it was positively focused. And that's, the subconscious mind is what's running in the background all the time, trying to keep us alive, right? And keep us safe. It's a tool. It's not who we are. Who we are is the consciousness. It's the observer of that, right? But we do tend to identify with that subconscious mind, which is how we end up here in this lackful state. Instead of commanding our mind and being sovereign and us deciding what we want to think and how we want to feel, we let the subconscious mind dictate it. And it's not just the subconscious mind either. We've got a nervous system. And the nervous system reacts to familiarity. It reacts to energy that is familiar, not in a good way, in the same way that we reacted before. And so we've got two things kind of working against us. They're working for us. They're working for us to keep us alive, but they're both negatively focused. And so when we are unconscious, when we don't choose to consciously, be sovereign in our own minds, choosing what to think, choosing what to focus on, choosing what it is that we want to manifest and focus on and get moving toward that, then the subconscious mind takes over and it dictates the energy that we're in. So Sandy, hey Mandy. So Sandy, lack. Yes, it's a natural human condition because of our subconscious minds and that negative focus trying to save us, but that is a tool. It's not who we really are. And this is asking you to have dominion over that. Yeah. So anyone that signs up for the Adventure Zone today will not only get you $250 off, which is a whole weekend thing, but the first day today, if you sign up today, you'll also get a private reading with me. But you'll also, today only, will receive my abundance incantation. It is something that I say out loud every single morning. And what I do is, like I did at the start of this live, I burn some sage, first of all. Well, I light a candle in order to set fire to these things. And then I do some clearing work and I say all of these words. It's important to say it out loud, and it's very empowered to speak. It's commanding the universe of what I want cleared and what sent back and all kinds of things like that. It's quite long. It doesn't take me long to do that. It'll take me 2 or 3 minutes. And then it starts shifting. After I've done all the clearing stuff, it starts shifting into what it is that I want, right? And it's still very empowered talk. It's command kind of talk. And I light my Palo Santo wood and to empower all of that part of it. And then right toward the end, and I hold my Lemurian crystal as well, which is an amplifier, this one. Show it to everybody. I hold that by my heart. There's an ant. Hold it by my heart while I'm doing it too, to amplify it. And then right near the end, I'll take my tuning fork and whack it. Interestingly enough, using these tuning forks, you can hear the tones change when there's something that needs dislodging in your energy field. It's nice and true at the moment. I like that. And then once it's quieting down a little bit, I say the last few words of the incantation. And so those of you that sign up for the Adventure Zone today, not only do you get those other bonuses, you'll receive that. And it's my personal one that I say every morning. And so you can adapt it and change it to how it suits you. It is very powerful. And the reason it's just popped into my mind, Sandy, is that it's that same message. I had that same message, you see, to stop with the lack of focus. And like what I was doing before was like saying things like, I'd really like to have like more money, or I'd love it if I had however many clients a day, you know. I would always come from this like gratitude first, but not commanding it, right? Everything else that I do in my work is a command. Like I don't start a reading and go, please, I'd be very grateful and I'd really love it if you could give me some information about Sandy. That is not how I approach my work. I command it. Give me the information. And with the healing stuff as well, it's always commands. It's sovereign. It's in my power. And then when I try and manifest things for me to receive, I was in this other energy. And so this is why I wrote that incantation, and I say it, to get me into that sovereign, powerful energy of declaring it. And so I want to share that with everyone that signs up today as well. And it makes me very vulnerable to do that because it's a very personal thing. But I want to do that. I want to do it. Mandy, what is it that you want to manifest at the moment? Do you want more money? Do you want love? Do you want new friendships? Would you like more fun? More joy? Would you like a career change? Would you like to move somewhere else? Would you like to be in the sun? I had a little bit too much sun the other day. It's beautiful here at the moment. It's a little bit hot though. I was going to say too hot, but it's not too hot. Health and love. So you want better health? Yeah, that's the other one. You see, I always forget about that, suggesting that health might be something that you want, because I'm so super healthy. Even my shoulders. It's only been a couple of 3 months since I've had frozen shoulder, and it's getting so much better now. Anyway, health for Mandy, and love. What do you want in love, Mandy? Do you want your life partner? What would you like? Think about specifics of what it is that you want in your health. Mandy. Let's get some cards for Mandy. Do I wave at people by doing this? There we go. I've waved at them. I don't really know Instagram very well. Ooh, Mandy, you want your person now. Ace of Swords. This Ace of Swords is the energy of understanding something about yourself, having clarity about something about yourself and its personalness, an aha about yourself that leads you in a new direction, that leads you on a new path. You'll have experienced this before. I've experienced it many times, where I suddenly realize something about myself or what I'm doing or the energy that I'm holding, and then I'm like, whoa, this needs to change, right? And then I change it. So this card is kind of saying nothing's going to change until you change your energy. Okay, and that's what the Adventure Zone is all about. It's the whole thing, right? We've got 5 zones in there. There's actually 6 zones, but one of them is like an SOS zone, where things feel when you're in crisis, when something happens, you know, kind of the rock bottom times. There's 3 quests in there, but the main 5 zones that we go through, the first one clears things that need to be cleared first, and then what's the next one? I forget. So that's the foundation zone, clear, release, and open up. Then we've got the vision zone too, discovering desires and setting intentions. It's often different than we expect it to be. So I take you through 3 quests in each of these zones. The next one is the trust zone, developing trust. All of these things are an integral part of manifestation, but to separate them out really helps, and then to have 3 practices in each one. And as this program goes along, it gets less of like the hard inner work, and it becomes more of the fun stuff, fun quests as well. So you'll have a good time doing that. Then the alignment is stay in the flow and take inspired action. That's the alignment zone, getting in alignment. And then the expansion, limitless possibilities and receiving. Now, started this program, I think it was the end of February when I first launched it. So we've had one group of adventurers through already, and someone's got married. Someone got married before the end of the first round. She wasn't engaged. She was in a relationship, but she wasn't even engaged. And she was married by the finish of it. And she was coming to every single live that I did as well. So she was invested in it. That is how powerful it is. And I think a lot of the times, I know what I used to do was trying to mash them all in, you know, trying to do a bit of healing work and expansion work before I'd really got clear on my vision. This lays it out in the actual steps that you need to do it. And instead of just teaching you about it, so you try and do it all at once. Because we know we're coming from lack when we try and do it all at once. It's not okay to be where I'm at and do it step by step slowly. I've got to do it all at once because I'm trying to get it to happen really fast because it's not happening. You know, that doesn't work. And so I've put it into separate quests, each zone, to take us through that process. And sometimes it feels, when I did the process last time with the adventures that were going through. I did it the first time around, which is how I knew to do the process. My guys took me through the process before I typed it all in. And sometimes some of the quests feel like they're repeats, but there's nuanced difference between them. I think this is what is lost when we try and do the law of attraction stuff ourselves. Number one, usually the clearing and the healing stuff can be missed out sometimes, but also the empowerment is missed out because we've got like echoes coming through of spiritual texts and religions that were really all about control, but it's kind of fed through to New Age and to law of attraction stuff, which is about their control over us, not wanting us to stand in our power and command things, not wanting to step into that sovereignty to be able to just command it, right? So anyway, back to you. Mandy, Ace of Swords, there's something for you to discover within yourself, and a horror about yourself, it will like unlock it. Six of Pentacles is about reciprocation. Now, I'm feeling a negative energy from this card and from you, Mandy, about reciprocation. It's like reciprocation, that would be a nice thing. All I have is evidence of people that don't reciprocate. Like, is there anyone out there that actually reciprocates? That kind of thing. So that's something to look at, you know, because there's every kind of person out there. Mandy, you know what? My other program might be good for you too. Ready for Real Love. Have you checked that one out on my website? Because, yeah, that's a powerful one. Just about this reciprocation thing. I created that Ready for Real Love program because, again, it was a process that my guides took me through. And so I did it on myself, and within 2 weeks, I met someone who was completely different, not completely different to me, completely different to everyone else that has like approached me in the last few years. And he was like, you know, self-aware, and not only that, but like very rare. I've found in men that we've got a mutual friend, and he was talking about his mutual friend, our mutual friend, and with insight into the emotional stuff that he was going through. And I was like, wow, you're like a unicorn. Not only that, but we were aligned in so many different ways. And this is within 2 weeks of me going through that process, which is why he went home. We only had 4 days together because he's not here, but we might be meeting up again. I'm not sure yet, but it doesn't matter to me, because if I don't see him again, that was the universe giving me confirmation that they are out there, right? That are in alignment with me. They do exist. Have in the past dealt with people always expecting something in return, right? Always come with the prize, right? And that's not like true reciprocation, is it? It's not true love. And I know that we can't do unconditional love until we're in like a solid relationship. I understand that now, to be more careful and all of that. But there's something in this, you know, this lack of reciprocation. Yeah. I said this morning on the live that I was on, so since he went away, I've kept my heart open. Yeah, I'm like, usually I would be like heartbroken. I did have a cry, got rid of those emotions when he left, and then I'm like, you know what, I'm not going to shut my heart down, because it was really good. What happened was amazing. And so next, universe, next. If he's coming back, great. If he's not coming back, great. Like, who's next? And so I thought, you know, I'll be open. I'll just be more open, right? And chatting to this guy 2 days ago, just online, you know, and I spotted a red flag straight away. I mean, he seems quite fun, but then he said, he messaged me saying he needs to lose some weight. Now, I hadn't said anything about his weight or anything like that, but he said he needs to lose some weight because he quit smoking a few years ago and put some weight on. And so I figured from him saying that unprovoked, that there's a bit of a low self-esteem going on there. He's comparing himself to me in some kind of way. And I thought, oh, fair enough, you know. And so my response to that was, have you got a plan, you know, to lose the weight? And his response was to get a strong woman to sort him out. And that was it. I couldn't message him anymore. It's one of those ones. It's one of those ones. Like, and I told him, you're giving a woman you've not even met yet a responsibility that is well and truly yours. What? So you can blame her when you don't do it? It's like, no. And I'm comparing that to this guy that I met, who was very similar to me, you know. If he'd have said the same thing to me, and I'd asked him the same question, he's already on it, right? He's already on it. We talked about stuff like that. We talked about a load of different things. We shared our supplement stacks and all kinds of stuff, right? We were so aligned in so many ways because he takes responsibility for himself, right? It's very different, I know. We have all of these experiences, but here's the thing, is you're not attracting a match to you. When we're shining brightly, we attract everybody, right? And that's what men are doing, and they are being honest about it now, saying that they just swipe right on everybody, right? Again, making us do the work, making us do the choosing, putting all the work on our shoulders. But if we want to meet somebody, then we've got to sift through all of them, because they're all going to come our way, and it's not on you. And so we just move on. When we see those red flags, when we see those things, we just need to move on instead of getting too into their energy, or why is this happening to me again? It's not happening to you, it's them, right? It's them. It's just there's like so many of them out there, and they're looking to put their energy onto someone else, right? They're wanting to be looked after, they're wanting a strong woman to sort them out or whatever, and we just got to spot that and then move on quickly from that. So, something to think about. Knight of Swords. Knight of Swords is not the energy that you're in, but it's the energy that you need to be in. And it's that yes energy. It's the open energy going, okay, yes. That's instead of being guarded, right? So my other program, Are You Ready for Real Love, it's called. When I did that process myself, I hadn't even told myself this, be open and say yes. But it had clearly already happened in my energy field, because when my mutual friend messaged me saying, you should meet up with my friend who's on your island at the moment, go out for drinks or go for dinner or something like that. That was on a Tuesday that he messaged me. Now usually I'll only ever go out on a weekend, if I go out at all, on a Saturday night. But something in me said yes to it instead, and I messaged that guy straight away saying, well, let's go for sunset drinks tonight, this evening. And I'm glad that I did, because then we had the next 4 days together, which was amazing, and I had a great time. But this is the Knight of Swords energy. It's starting to say yes. Now, old me would have been straight away no. It would have been a no to it straight away. I would have only met him the night just before he was leaving, right? Because I'd be putting my usual patterns and habits first, protecting my energy and my space, putting my business before that, and all of that. I was a no. I was ready with a no. I wasn't this, right? This is woman on a mission. This is a very yes. Yes, I'll take action on it right away. This is a yes energy. I can't tell you. I'm so happy that I did that straight away. Like, just say yes to it. Just say yes to it. Suggest going for sunset drinks, because then it's like, oh, it's not sunset anymore, the sun's gone down. If I wanted to get away, it was easy to get away, but we didn't. The sun had gone down, we were still there, yak at each other, and then we went to dinner, and then the next day we met up in the afternoon and hung out by his pool, went to dinner again, sunset drinks again, and dinner again, and it went on like that, and it was great. What I'm trying to say, Mandy, is to move on faster when they're shown that they're not it. And to not take it personally, because it's personal to them and not to you. It's only personal to us if we attach to them too soon. Right. Just want to get something about your health there, Mandy. Too. Anything about health, Mandy? Anyone else want to say what it is that they want to manifest at the moment? What do you want? What do you want more of? Ooh, Queen of Cups, receive it. Interesting. Often we think that we need to work too hard for stuff instead of just receiving it, right? Better health, how can we just receive that? Well, it's often gentleness. Health is often about what we do less of instead of what we do more of. It's what we miss out. It's what we surrender, what we let go of, what we quit, how we could be softer with ourselves. How we can be soft. So how can you be softer with yourself? You've got to remember, we're in a patriarchy, and it's a man's world. Everything has been about men. All of the advice that we've got is because they have studied it on men. It's not about women. It's not about women at all. And it's often applied to us when it doesn't apply to us, about health stuff. And so we push ourselves and we do this and we do that really should only apply to men, when women need to be softer with ourselves. I'm learning that. I'm a kickboxer, and I've got a lot of energy, and I love doing that stuff. And I've got frozen shoulders now. And so I had to take 2 months off training and put a bit of weight on because of it as well. And it taught me, it broke me out of it. I literally could hardly do anything. I can put my clothes on now. Before, it was like I was in so much pain even putting my clothes on. I used to be able to get my t-shirt and it'd all be bunched up, put it over my head, it'd be bunched up for about 5 minutes underneath my armpits, because I literally couldn't pull it down the rest of the way until my arms had like come back to life again. That's how bad it was. So it stopped me from training. My mood went downhill because I'd been using my training for the adrenaline hit, to get high off it. And so I had to deal with that. Reclaiming my mental health without using the exercise as a crutch. Then there was a part about my social life, because I'd been using the gym as my only social life too, and that had to change. And then I had to start facing, being more gentle with myself instead, and nurturing myself more, and that being okay, instead of this striving thing, It's different. It's different with women. We've got different lessons, of course we have. We're out of balance in a different kind of way, especially in a patriarchal world, which hopefully is finishing now. Heather, you're on a health journey. Cool. Well, let's get you some cards out. So you're manifesting better health. You have frozen shoulder too. Mine is so much better now. I still can't get it up right. This one I can. This one is almost completely better. But I can put my hands slightly behind my back now. I couldn't do that before. It's horrible, hey. I don't know anything about it because it happens to women. So why would they even bother looking into what it is? Anyway, I'm glad that I got them both at once, because apparently some people get it like, and it lasts for a couple of years, and then it happens to the other shoulder. I wouldn't like that. But yeah, it's been a lesson for me. Who have we got? Heather. Heather on Facebook. Ooh. Interesting. You've got the feminine version of the Emperor here, which means take charge of something. It means don't hand your power away to anyone else. I think that's very good advice for health right now, especially. Oh, I'm so into health and fitness, and it's been frustrating for me to see the pharmaceutical companies and doctors being like paid shills for them, giving the exact wrong information because they want everyone to remain sick so they can make a whole load of money off them. And frustrating to be in countries that aren't doing that, but are still listening to those systems, thinking that they've got that the science is actually right and it wasn't funded by someone and completely twisted, to be in their favor for them to sell their stuff. And so now more than ever, when we're talking about health, this is important, to stand in our own power and to do things ourselves. Which is not easy because there's so much misinformation out there. Like I almost made it a full-time job, especially like I had really high blood pressure a few years ago. I had to make it my full-time job because I went to the doctor and he's like, you need to eat less salt. I said, I don't eat any salt. It's like, no, salt is in everything. I said, it's not. I eat eggs. I eat apples. I eat chicken breast. I eat steak. None of them have got salt in it. I cook everything myself. I don't use salt. I can't eat less salt. What are you talking about? But then it was like, okay, I don't eat any salt. That's probably not a good thing, right? It's probably not a good thing. And so I looked into it. He also told me a couple of things as well, which were the absolute opposite of what I needed to do. And I had to do so much research, which is very difficult because there's so much misinformation out there. Everyone's just trying to sell something and sell ideas and just get attention, right? And what gets attention is misinformation. It gets more people aggravated and writing the comments on it, and so it pushes the worst information out there too. Algorithms have got a lot to answer for. So, easier said than done, but it's saying like just stand in your power. You've also got the Ace of Cups here. Ace of Cups, it's about falling in love, but it's about better feelings. It's about new feelings. It's a message to really notice how you feel, to get very aware of how you feel. The last thing we want to do when we've got health problems is this, but it's the most important thing to do. It's the most important thing to do because we need to get curious about, when I do this, does it feel good or does it feel bad? What makes me feel better? Especially in a world where we're like told to kind of numb out. Don't focus on yourself and don't have some space for yourself. Just watch this instead and believe this instead. And don't feel it. Take this painkiller. Do you know what I mean? Whereas if we tune into ourselves and how does this food make me feel, and how does it make me truly feel like when I do these movements or when I do these movements, like really being tuned into your feelings will give you the feedback that you need. So take control of it yourself rather than handing your power to someone else. I started a new YouTube channel last year, and I made an app. I spent a lot of time doing that, but it's not available anymore because it didn't take off, and I just spent too much money on it, and I spent too much time on it, and which is a shame because that would have been really good for you. Okay. Tricky when it comes to health stuff. I mean, it's always so very personal, finding our own balance and what works for us. But you can do it. So I just want to get a message out. A general message. And don't forget, if you'd like to sign up this weekend to the Adventure Zone, my everlasting program, you can do it in your own time, you can do it with us live, you can do it in this live round that we're starting next week, or you can start it whenever you want. You can do it once a year if you want. You can just join in whenever you want. If there's a particular sticky part, once you've been through the program and you're like, it's trust that's my real issue, you can join us each live round just for that part of it. Or you can do it all with us. You can do whatever you want with it, really. And if you want to sign up this weekend, you get $250 off the usual price. But today only, because it's the first day of this launch, you will also get, if you sign up today, you will get a private reading with me worth $197, and you'll also get my personal incantation that I say every morning, the process that I do every morning for abundance, to make it your own. You can make it your own. You can change the words in it to make it your own and do it too. It's powerful. It's really powerful to claim your power with abundance. So what's the message for the group? Oh, nice. The High Priestess. I love it. Beautiful feminine energy here of tuning into our intuition. You know, we've got guides. We've got so many guides. We've got so many eyes on us at the moment. We'd be freaked out if we could see all the dimensions. Like if we can only see like a very short, a very small amount of the frequencies that are around us. If we could see it all, we'd freak out. We'd truly freak out. Even for me now, my new guides, Galactic Council of Light, they are telling me things that would have really freaked me out years ago. But working with energies now, which is just so totally bizarre to me, even I think it's woo, and I work in the woo industry and have done for 25 years, professionally. Before that, unprofessionally, well, not for money. Yeah, and it's surprising to me. But this is saying we've got so many guides right now. There's so many beings that are interested in what's going on Earth right now and interested in us. And if you're watching me, you chose to come here to be a part of this shift. To go through what it is that we've been through, which is often the hardest stuff of life. You know, this is the hardest planet to be on. This is the hardest dimension to be in. We didn't take it lightly to come here, but we're meant to be here, especially for this bit right now, to play our part. And we've got to tune in, the High Priestess, tuning in to your guidance, right? And that doesn't mean what you might see of me doing. You might see me channeling and giving messages out to people and reading, but that's not fundamentally what I do. Fundamentally what I do, by far the majority of my work, is for the universe. Some of it is personal with me, going through processes myself, changing my energy, opening up to things. Some of it is, putting that into programs and stuff to help people and doing readings. Some of it is transmuting energies, earth energies, and moving them in the way that many of us want it to go. So it's like energy transmutation. But my point being, when I tell you tune into your guidance, a lot of you think, well, like a job, like I've got to guide everyone else. It's like, no. And when I tell you you came here to be part of the new earth, it's like, what? Figure it out and be the leader of it and then tell people what to do. And no. It's much more subtle than that. We come here as the feminine energy. We change things within ourselves. Our life is for us, right? And we chose to come here to be a part of this, yes. but predominantly it's for our growth. And what I mean by that is, the Galactic Council of Light say to you, you're in spirit form, right? And they say to you, okay, on Earth, it's coming up a really gnarly time. It's going to be amazing now. It's going to be these transformations. Anyone want in and being part of that? And we're like, yeah, I want in on that. Most of us mastered this earth plane, right? A lot of us, I'm talking the people that watch me, which isn't very many. We mastered the earth plane already. We weren't karmically coming back. But we were asked, do you want to be here for this? Because it's changing, it's stepping up. And we're like, yeah, bring it on. Next level. It's next level, right? And we've experienced that. Never been harder, it's never been denser energy what we've been through. Horrible stuff. Like, even I'm questioning my guys. It's like, I wouldn't have need to do all this healing if I wasn't here on this planet. Like, it's literally, it's not stuff that I brought in with me. I came in clean and then I was abused and all of this and all of this, and it's that I've had to heal for. Like, what kind of sick game is this? Like, seriously, these weren't things that my spirit needed to learn. I had to learn them because of what happened to me on this plane, right? And they're like, no, like you did, you wanted to be here for this and even go through all of that too, to prepare us, right? So it's prepared us, it's given us this information. We're used to the inner work, and now we've got to use it. And now we've got to use it predominantly for ourselves, because we do it within ourselves first. We just got to hold an energy. That's what the feminine is all about. It's just about holding an energy, knowing what it is that we want, and just pretty much like, okay, I'm ready for it now, you know? Like we do when we're ready for a healthy relationship. I know exactly what it is that I want. I know what I'm looking for in somebody. I will recognize it, absolutely recognize it when it shows up. And now I sit in this energy waiting, because I know what I deserve. And I'm not going to get into any old relationship. I'm going to get into that relationship when it shows up. And so I sit and wait. Right? It's that same kind of an energy. Where like, this is the kind of world that I want to live in. And this is the way that I want to be treated. And this is what I want to experience. And this is what I want to feel. Holding that energy, knowing that we deserve that, wanting that, and then waiting for it to come about, right? That is the power that we've got at the moment. It's a sovereign power. We are so powerful, but we need to hold that power now. Hold that power. And this is what we're seeing now. You're seeing the pushback right from the patriarchy. So much pushback because women are stepping into this power now, and they're like, oh, we can't let women do that. No, we can't let women do that. Let's try and take them down any way we can. It's not about women, but we're the ones that are standing in that sovereign power now, just because we've had more work to do because of the patriarchy. But men are catching up, some of them, not all. It's very interesting times, but the work isn't about changing the world out there. To give you more clues on that, some of you know, some of you don't know. I live on a little tropical island here in Thailand. Because this is a match to the energy of what I wanted. I didn't choose to come here. It chose me. I was just traveling. I was just traveling around, seeing places, and when I got here, I'm like, this is it. This is where I belong. And straight away, the people here, this is where you belong. You know, you're one of us, and I am. It is different here. It is different than the rest, like definitely from the Western world for sure. But I love it. I love the way that the people are, and it's just a match. It was a match to the energy that I was already holding, right? And you too will get that. The same things will happen, right? This is how we manifest it. Heather is sticking with a moderation diet and routine. So much contradictory, I know, so much contradictory information out there. It's crazy. It makes me mad. It really makes me mad. Algorithms and just the selfishness and the greed of people putting incorrect information out there for money. Oh, you lost 30 pounds, good job. That's really good. You'll do it. You'll do it. Be gentle with yourself. Loving yourself more. Being easy with yourself. Yeah, with my frozen shoulders, I put on like Like, I'm usually really lean. But I put on like 5 kilos. I'm taking those off now. Because I want to wear my cute clothes again. I want to wear my cute clothes again. And it's easier to do it. Well, it's not easy to do it when you're lean. In fact, it's very difficult to do it when you're lean. The last few kilos are the hardest ones, but I'm going to do it because I want to get back to my usuals. Okay, well, that's the message from the High Priestess. Beautiful. Beautiful energies. So, is that where we'll leave it for this time? And don't forget, the Adventure Zone. It's my main program. And if you want to work with me, and you'll have lifetime access. I do live shows throughout the program, so you can ask your questions, and I'll pull your cards and energy heal the bits that need healing. I'm literally going to take you through the program of the Adventure Zone. It's fun. It's a lot of fun too. The work is in there, of course, too, but it is divided up into different quests, so you actually get to practice all of it as well, rather than just, I can do that too. I get so lazy sometimes. The guys tell me this thing and it's like, oh yeah, that's a great idea. And then I don't actually do it. I don't actually do it. And when I do actually do it, like with the tuning forks on my toe, it's like, wow, yeah, it heals so super fast when you actually do the work, right? Why can't I see on Instagram how many people are on? It doesn't show that. That's weird. It shows it on Facebook. So does anyone have any questions about the Adventure Zone? Are you thinking about joining up this weekend? If you are, I would very much suggest to sign up today, because you'll get the free reading from me if you do. And that's not to be sniffed at. And also, not just the free reading, my incantation for abundance as well, which is a vulnerable share for me, because I'm actually sharing my personal incantation for abundance, and you can change it and you can put your own things that you want in there. But it's a vulnerable share, because whenever we open these things up, our personal stuff, to somebody else, their energy can get in on it. You know what I mean? But I thoroughly felt to share that, because that's what I do, right? Share what's working with me so that you can use it too. And I know there's a lot of fear at the moment around survival, around money and all of that. I know we're in highly volatile times at the moment, but just got to kind of ignore all of that stuff and stay on our path, investing in what we want to invest in, because we are moving into this new earth dimension. The old earth dimension is what we're usually in most of the time, and we're dipping into the new earth dimension every now and then. What we want to do is be in that more than we're in that, right? And to do that, we need to ignore the other stuff that's going on. So if you think old earth dimension, we know what it's like. We've been there. It's control, it's power over, it's manipulation, it's all about corporate greed and war, and like just the worst. We don't want to live that, right? And so we really have to put our blinkers on and not focus on that stuff anymore, which feels very irresponsible, doesn't it? But it's very responsible, really, because we're here to create that new earth, right? What do we want it to feel like? The kind of relationships that are in there. There's so many of us now that want this. We don't all want exactly the same things, but pull together, and when we get focused on that, when we're focused on what it is that we're creating, in our minds, we just need to dream it up. There's a collective consciousness tipping point that creates that. Now, we've already done that. We've already created it, right? Now what we're doing is we're putting the momentum into that, yeah? We're putting the momentum of our thoughts into that. Now, this is really what I want to live. This is why I'm here on this island, because we're already living it. We're already living it here on the most part. And so it's easy for me to say, I know, because all I need to do is like not look online. If I don't look online, I don't know what's going on in the rest of the world, then it's just happy days. The twins are back on the island, and that's a lot of fun. And, there's just beach is beautiful at the moment. We're getting really low tides right now and early in the morning, so there's an expansive beach to walk on. The dogs are all happy. Flossie Cat's having a good time. I get to hang out in the pool in the afternoon, getting some sunshine. Good times, good times. And we all want to live like that, right? So thanks everyone for coming along. This is where I'll leave it. Yes, I encourage you. And if you know anybody who might be interested in the Adventure Zone, joining in with us, then do send them the link too. It's all on my website, behealing.com. You can read more about it there. Thanks everyone for coming along. How long was I going for? I don't know. 1 hour 10, there we go. That's enough, isn't it? Thanks everyone for coming along. Let's get out of here. Finish, and bye.